Wonder how much faster a merino wool sock will dry over a normal cotton sock? Find out next on Red Leader Reviews. Hey guys, welcome to Red Leader Reviews. This is a review show, part of Knights of the Trail. I'm Red Leader, your host for this evening. And today we're going to be discussing merino wool socks over your average cotton sock. I have before you a Field & Stream Runner sock made of 59% merino wool, 26% nylon, 12% polyester, and 3% spandex. I also have a Hanes cotton sock from Walmart. Costs like $6 for 12 pair. And I'll be testing these two socks head to head and seeing just how much faster a merino wool sock will dry over an average cotton sock. Wool, especially merino wool, is known for its moisture-wicking properties, and it's available to dry quickly and keep you warm even when wet. A normal cotton sock is made primarily for its comfort and for its cost-effective way to keep our feet warm. But as we hikers all know, that once cotton gets wet, it loses its warming capabilities. Without further ado, let's test these guys head to head and see just which one actually does dry quicker. As you can see, I have a bowl of water before you. And I'm going to be testing out the merino wool versus the old cotton sock by submerging both of these socks in the water. And we'll be testing them throughout the day and see which one dries quicker. As you can see, the time is 2:13 p.m. and I am going to dip these at the same time and hit the stopwatch. Okay guys, both socks are now placed inside the cold water and the timer has been set. We're going to let these things sit here and soak for about 5 minutes. Then we'll take them outside and test them out there. Okay guys, we're here in my backyard and about roughly 5 minutes has went by. These socks are pretty well saturated. And we'll lay these suckers out and let them sit in the sun and start the timer. The one on the right is the merino wool sock. The one on the left is the Hanes cotton sock. It is a 55-degree day in the fall, low humidity, and no clouds in the sky. The time is 2:25 p.m. and we're going to start the timer. Okay guys, 15 minutes have went by and here's the results so far. Still sopping wet for the cotton sock, still heavy. I'm not going to wring it out because I'm afraid it might ruin the experiment there, but I could tell it would wring out a lot of water. Here is the merino wool sock. As you can see, water is just pouring right out of it. That could be a good sign because that didn't happen on the cotton sock because it's retaining the water, but the wool sock seems to be actually dripping the water. So it may drip dry pretty well. Okay guys, so just a little over an hour has went by. Let's check these out and see how well they're doing. We'll go with the cotton first. It's still soaking wet, still really heavy, dripping a little bit. We'll go ahead and test the Merino Wool. It is also still soaking wet and dripping. Okay guys, I had to move the socks to a different location because the sun's going down and it was covered by shadow. As of right now, we'll start with the cotton sock. It is still really wet, really heavy. Go over here to the Merino Wool sock. It's not as heavy. It's still really wet. It is no longer dripping. We are at 2 hours, and I'm going to leave them here for the remainder of the day. As you can see, we're back in my room. It started getting dark outside, and it's supposed to have a low of 20 degrees tonight, plus dew. I didn't want it to freeze and ruin the experiment. So I'm bringing it back in. As you can see right now, I have the Merino Wool on the right. I have the cotton on the left. I've laid them on pieces of cardboard, well, mainly to protect my table, but also you can visually see the wetness coming from the sock and transferred to the cardboard. We have the Merino Wool sock here on the right. We have the cotton sock here on the left. Let's pull them up and see the transfer of the water to the cardboard. Alright, you can see right away that there's a little bit of water here. Kind of looks like a greasy pizza box. We'll go ahead and pull the cotton up. As you can see here, cotton sock was much wetter than the Merino Wool sock. Good morning, everybody. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I've let the socks sit here overnight, and let's see what had happened in over an 8-hour period. Okay, first and foremost, the Merino Wool sock, it feels relatively dry on the outside. It's what I would call just barely damp. Alright, I'll stick my hand in here. It's cold, but it is definitely just barely damp. Now let's try the cotton sock here. It's also damp, but it feels as though it's retained more water. Stick my hand inside here. Oh yeah, you can definitely feel wetness in there. It's still damp, but I would say more so than this one. Okay, let's try the wring out test. Let's see if we can get any water to actually wring out of these. I'll start with the Merino Wool sock. No, nothing. Now on to the cotton sock. Nothing there as well, but I could feel water start to break through. With the cotton sock, I couldn't feel anything with the Merino Wool sock. What have we learned from this experiment? I believe we learned that the Merino Wool sock does dry quicker than the cotton sock, but I was surprised to find that there wasn't such a huge difference where the Merino Wool sock blew the cotton sock out of the water. Now, I'm sure that the merino wool sock will keep you warmer than the cotton sock, but as for the dry out times, they're pretty close. You can take that with what you will, but I was not thoroughly impressed with the merino wool sock. Thank you all for tuning in and being part of my experiment. But I do plan on having more experiments like these. If you have an experiment in mind that you've always been wondering about hiking, please leave a message below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more reviews and our main episodes where we go hiking and travel all over the place. Until next time, this has been a Red Leader Review. See you out on the trail.